Okay, so we're on to stuff you just want.
Oddly enough, I'm working on an AEG version anyway. But I want a recoiling semi-auto Barrett 50 cal. Just because it's idiot big.
And who wouldn't?
Yeah, well, I'm currently working on making my own one using an amalgamation of parts. I just need to get a tremor recoil kit, and then I can put it together.
So what about the Barrett does it for you? Why do you want a? Obviously,
well, I currently own 4 Barrett 50 cals. And yes, I'm overcompensating. No, it's the look on people's faces when you just pull out a Barrett and just put it on its bipod in front of you, and people go.
Oh, I got my SR25 out, my SEMA SR25 at FOB just before lockdown. People were intimidated enough by a 7.62 DMR.
Yeah, it's just people's faces. They go, can I be on your team? Even though it's not going to fire any more powerful than anything else that's there. But I have a special place in my heart for a nice whacking great 5 foot long Barrett 50 cal. But it would have to be metal. If one got properly made, it would have to have the proper metal body.
Yeah.
Because the plastic ones are all right, but they were just way too light for what they are.
You can like dual wield them and everything.
I know. I literally have done. Like, actually, one of mine actually is more spec weight. I've got an M99, the Snowwolf M99, and that thing weighs 13 kilo. So you can't dual wield that one.
So you don't need a home gym. You just need to do some run stuff with that.
I just do reps with that. But the only problem I've come across is a lot of sites for a semi-auto, you'd have to take a DMR roll.
Yeah.
Which, because a proper Barrett 50 cal isn't technically a DMR. It's a semi-auto antimatter rifle.
I don't know. It might be worth seeing if you could put a one of the trigger lockout delay MOSFETs in it and you have a word with them.
Like a 2 second, 4 second.
Yeah, I mean, the one I'm tinkering with at the minute, I'm happy to make it a 400 FPS sniper rifle just for the fact that it would be a semi-auto recoiling Barrett 50 cal.
You put like a speaker system into it as well, so it just goes boom.
I have thought about tinkering with I've thought about tinkering with like a CO2 release mechanism in the flash hider in the muzzle brake. So when you fire it, it goes push with air outside of it.
That'd be cool.
So you get the proper blowback.
Have any of you used a fake 50 cal propane popper?
No.
So I probably have the footage somewhere, but a year or so ago, they rocked up to the site I was playing at with a World War II style Jeep with this propane popper 50 cal on the back of it, and you go up on it and just do, and you get a proper concussion off it. Doesn't fire anything, but God, does it sound great! It's that's what you need, a little propane popper in the front of it.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So it recoils, and when you've got it on the bipod, it just blows all the leaves away from around from the muzzle brake.
I wonder, how bad would it be if you put a sparker on the front of a gas blowback rifle and ignited the gas by the projectile out? See,
you could potentially build one of those fire hogs into the end of it.
YouTube's going to ban me.
Yeah. On a live stream.
Luckily.
Yeah, I was saying you could potentially build a fire hog into the end of the muzzle brake on a Barrett because of the size of it. So when you fire it, you do get a little fireball.
Oh, you want the Spitfire traces? I don't know if you've seen them. They're pretty niche, and not many people have shared much on social media.
Yeah, not many people have actually shared them. I ain't seen them about. No, much.
I'd like them more
We've
if
got
they actually
three of
looked. If they actually look like a proper suppressor, or they look like a proper flat. That just
Yeah,
looks
if
like
it looks
yeah.
better.
But
Yeah,
I'm just
if I had
me being snooty. You could build one into a something.
Yeah,
Well,
wait,
maybe-
I might actually have to attempt that.
a
Hock
Bren
out
Mark
a
II
load of.
conical flash hider would do
Yeah,
really well.
yeah.
Mm,
But then you get a flash hider, and then you make it more flashy.
damn right.
Yeah.
A flash hider which actually creates flash.
Cool. So you want a really, really loud, big metal gun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Because of how introverted and quiet I am, I need something to offset that.
Joke of the night. Right.
Yeah, thank you. I'm here all night.
Okay. I would like TM to make a Colt M723, just like Larry Vickers used to use. This is entirely down my complete fetish of retro ARs, but that's what I want.
You have a slight inkling to like them, don't you?
This brings up a question. Why haven't TM made a fixed carry handle recoil?
No. Okay. Why hasn't anyone else made a replacement fixed carry handle upper?
Good point.
Question. Get on to avoid the angry gun, or
Come on. I think so. The M723 is it's a particular thing. It's the gun. It's the Car 15 that Larry Vickers and Delta Force used for about 10 years before they moved to the M4. It's a fixed carry handle A1, but it still has the brass deflector, so it's kind of cool. I think really a lot of us, I think what I'm really asking for is fixed carry handle Marui uppers. But for me personally, I would build a 723. But a Marui recoil fixed carry handle upper would just be brilliant. And the rest of us, the builders, we can sort the rest out. We just need the upper.
Just want the upper.
Just want the upper.
Yeah, because there's enough lowers that look right.
There's not an A1 lower. So again, I think, let's say, okay, so what I'm really asking for is a set of historical or retro receivers for Marui recoils. If we get those, the building community can build what the hell they want out of the rest of it. That's fine. We can handle that.
It'd be really cool if they did untraded ones.
Yeah,
so
and you can put on...
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, you would absolutely, because I think if you're going to be building, you're going to be building, and then you can build a government contract, or a commercial off the shelf, or you can build an export, or you can build whatever you want. Then at that point,
oh yeah,
I think it'd be really cool. It cannot be too difficult. It's just getting. Maybe I should do it myself. Get the CAD files done up and machined.
Yeah,
but it can't be made out of the cheap aluminum.
No, it'd have to be machined, but
machined from Raleigh.
But I think if Marui just did a 723 off the shelf, that's it, done.
Oh yeah,
or an M16A1.
Would you buy that and just that's it? You're done.
Done. I would give up. I would sell 3 or 4 guns and just
die happy now.
I'd be very happy with that. All of my retro GMPs would just be like, nope. Someone buy these, please.
I have no need for this stuff anymore.
So I don't know it's an AR. I don't know it's boring, but you guys know me, and my viewers know my collection, and that's just right up my street.
But it's not just an AR, is it? It's it's a Marks and Spencer AR.
Yeah, and and the reason I want a Marui recoil is it's got enough immersion for me. It's got enough recoil. It's got stop and empty. It's got all the bits and bobs in it. There's a huge range of support aftermarket parts for it. I love my GHK. GHK one would be really nice. There are custom builders. I was talking to a guy that wanted $1,200 for one, and I was trying to get an upper off him, and he wouldn't sell it to me, which I think is mental. Because he clearly already has them. But yeah, that would be. But so whether Marui themselves or someone else, could you just please make some fixed carry handle uppers and some A1 lowers? Happy days.
You never know. You might see it happen because there seems to be a more return to the retro at the moment. I mean, we're getting whether or not it's because Call of Duty is doing Cold War again, But then again, did we see much of a retro resurgence back in 2010 when COD?
A bit.
What's happening is there's a lot of firearm trends. Airsoft seems to follow US civilian firearms trends.
And Brownells are doing their retro series, yeah. So
and the retro thing is happening big time in not whether it's the perception because I see it a lot, but certainly there's a lot more retro rifles being built, made, shown in the US civilian market now. There's no better evidence that airsoft companies follow US civilian trends, is that people like Aries have started making braces.
Pistol braces, yeah.
You're like, why are you making a pistol brace on an airsoft gun? It's just mental. So they must be following trends. So hopefully it will happen.
Well, yeah, I wonder how much of the American firearm kind of trends get set by like In Range or what is the other one? Garen Thumb, like the big YouTube, the big media presences, or how much of it is then just following the trends? It's an interesting.
So Ballistics, Demolition Ranch, all them lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, potentially it's a generational thing. Because those rifles were used by a generation of servicemen, but now their sons, daughters have grown up, and they're interested in the service rifles that the previous generation used to use.
They're seeing one and going, "That is cool. Where can I get one?"
Yeah, I don't get why there's this obsession with these with modernized rifles. Like I think personally that like retro ARs are some of the nicest looking rifles out there, other than the SLR.
I mean, for general airsoft skirmishing, certainly in woods, you don't need all the stuff. In most CQB areas, you don't need all the stuff. You might need a torch. If you're going night fighting, fine. Okay. If you're using night vision, fine. You need lasers and IR illuminators and everything else.
Didn't need those in the Falklands.
Well, the Argentinians had them all.
Yeah, well, clearly that means night vision's not worth it.
And in airsoft, night vision it tends to be force on force, and everyone's got night vision anyway, so it just turns into really good fun, but it's not quite the same. You don't get the overmatch that you might do. So I think it's really interesting. I really like my lightweight ARs. I think they're fantastic rifles. I can see why they were so revolutionary, and they're still fantastic. They're still light, and you take all the stuff off. And when you're not that fit, and you're not, walking around with a big heavy, my Marui Mark 18 weighs a ton with all the lights and sights and scopes and illuminators and PEC boxes all over it.
I had noticed that actually with that AR that I've just built, after sticking the EOTechs on it and the laser on it and the PEC box that's on its way, and when this rifle weighs nothing, this rifle weighs loads.
Yeah. So compared to my 653 and my 727, which is really super light guns, and it makes a difference. So that's my I would really like someone to make A1 and A2 upper and lower receivers for the Marui NGRS range. Particularly, I would like TM to make me a M723. Thank you very much.
I would love the EM2.
Okay.
Just because I'm loving I love the kind of British service rifle history, and it's such an interesting concept. Bearing in mind, it was arguably a better performing rifle than those that was designed in the 40s. This rifle that was meant to every serviceman was meant to have an optic on it. It was meant to be in an intermediate caliber, which is what 5.56 is. And in fact, I think the stuff that America's playing around with at the moment is closer to 280 British, which is what it was chambered in, than 5.56. So effectively, we're now
it's quite close to the. If you know the M2's development history, they had to kind of up power the 270, 280 British more and more and more to make the US happy. It's the new US round is very close to the kind of high powered British 270 that they didn't adopt. Ironically, 70 years ago, 80 years ago. Yeah.
Well, actually, 75. It was mid 40s that they were toying with it.
Okay, so 70 years ago, we were trying to get them to adopt the round they're about to adopt.
But no, my battle rifle.
I think that would be cool. Gas blowback, of course.
Of course. Although you could probably do an AEG, but you'd have to design a bespoke power system for it.
Yeah, but this is your fantasy gun, Ben. What would you? What would
Fantasy
you?
gun, it'd be gas blowback. It'd have all the right wood furniture on it. It would look great. It would sound great, and it'd be a beat.
It would work.
I would really like to see one in Airsoft. I have no idea why or how we would use it, but but there you go. It'd be awesome. It would be really, really cool. There'd probably be more Airsoft ones fairly quickly than there would be actual ones left in existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to try and plug my way into the firearms collection up at Leeds to get hands on with the one they've got up there. I just take a crap ton of reference photos and measurement.
We could.
Make your own.
I'll cut this, but we could probably arrange a British service rifle research trip at some point.
Yeah.
Once things are more normal, we could probably go up and film with one of the curators. That's what it's for. It's an educational resource. We can probably go up and film a British service rifle trip with all the stuff.
From like, and bring a couple of the airsoft rifles to see how dissimilar they are. But whether or not they'd be happy with us rocking in with imitation firearms.
We talk to the curators about it, obviously, because the whole thing has to be set up anyway. And you need to have several conversations. But I'm pretty sure we could, once things are more back to normal, we can start arranging that. I'd love to do a British service rifle through the years. With actual British service rifles rather than airsoft replicas.
Speaking of, did you see the live lecture they did?
No, I missed it. Is it on YouTube?
It's on the channel. I watched it the evening after it was broadcast. Quite interesting. Really, really good.
I have to give that a watch.
But that's what that collection's for. So let's use it.
Definitely do it.
And once we get a relationship with them, we can probably do more stuff, which will be cool. Because they've got pretty much everything.
Yeah, well, it's the biggest collection of firearms ever because the whole point of it was, that's a firearm that someone could use against us. Best learn about it.
Yeah. Cool. So let's do a quick wild card round. Mark, quick fire wild card. What would you like to see?
Good Samaritan and Big Baby.
Now I'm confused.
From Hellboy.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Hellboy's normal pistol is a 22mm 4-round revolver.
I've just changed what I want. Ben, what are you going for?
I want the kind of Star Trek assault rifle from like late season DS9 / Star Trek First Contact. Because you could do it, you could put a tracer unit in it, it would look great. Plus, you could smash a bit of glass and scream, "No! No!" Do your best Patrick Stewart impressions. Okay.
I would like realistically, I'd like an SKS. I would quite like a Lawgiver, though, from Judge Dredd. But it would have to have the programmable rounds so I can shoot round corners and have a heat-seeking ghillie sniper option.
Yeah. Would you go as Carl Urban for that? Or would you go?
I'd have to shave, though, which I'm not really very happy about.
I'll pay just to see Tom stand up and go, "I am the law." Good job.
You do not want to see me in a tight leather suit, mate. It's not going to be pretty. Not going to be a good sight. But yeah, that'd be cool. That's very much from my childhood. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me tonight, and thank you everyone for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, we have a Patreon scheme and campaign to help keep us as independent as possible. Or alternatively, if you can't commit to a regular payment, we have a t-shirt store, and the link is down in the description. So I'd like to thank my guests, Ben Skinner from English Kiwi Airsoft and Mark Courier from Thin Brown Line. Gentlemen, Ben, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me over at The English Kiwi on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram.
And Mark, where can we find you on the World Wide Webs?
Find me on YouTube under Thin Brown Line. You can find me on Facebook under Thin Brown Line, or you can find me on Instagram under mark.courier84. Dead. Good.
Fantastic. So thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Most importantly, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.